So,
Hello, everybody.
low
Oh,
energy
is my
today, I see.
internet acting up?
No.
Probably. Okay, I
No,
thought
I'm
for
just
a second my
quiet.
internet was acting up.
No, we're just apparently low energy today. Dark's not here.
Yeah.
He's having a
I
coughing
guess
fit.
so.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I can relate.
I'm just tired.
So, for
Yeah.
me, the elephant in the room is something that I certainly hope that Phoenix is caught up on, because otherwise this is going to be annoying. And
Oh
that
boy.
is the new Last Life series.
When the second Green was explaining the rules, I was like, oh my god, it's a soul lock.
Right. Oh, that actually reminds me, just brief tangent, because remember when you wanted to do the whole soul lock thing with
And I
like
want to go with the hardcore rules.
right, because I looked up the rules and none of what you were talking about is even a rule except for
I know
the
you've
whole
mentioned this
match
before.
thing. Yeah.
I say
Uh,
I like the extra rules.
I don't.
I do.
I prefer the concept of keep it simple.
Oh, I like a good challenge when it comes to a Nuzlocke.
Okay, but convoluted doesn't mean challenging.
I made a
Yeah.
Nuzlocke based around tarot cards. I
I
like
know, and
convoluted.
I know, but I do not like convoluted self-imposed challenges. I'd just rather do a normal Nuzlocke. But back to Minecraft. Unfortunately, like I kind of think that the whole pairing off wasn't entirely random.
No, it was not. I do not believe Green got matched with Scar by
I
chance.
that and I can't believe that by chance B-Dubs and Impulse got matched together because they've been wanting to do more things together.
Yeah, I think there was some extra strings being pulled for the sake of content.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
complaining.
mean, that's basically how Scar survived Third Life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he died twice really early on, and everyone just kind of left him alone because they didn't want to ruin his content.
Exactly. And he ended up being it in the end.
Yeah.
And I fully expect him to be the reason why Green is out early this season.
I okay. I have multiple things to say. One, as someone who watches Impulse and doesn't like beat-ups that much, this is going to be interesting for me. And two, just I watched Scar's perspective as well. And when Green realized that Scar was his partner and Scar was just off chasing the LA, you could just hear, because proximity chat, like, because in proximity chat, the further away you are, the less loud you are, and you can just hear Green in the background yelling, "No!"
Yeah, that was hilarious.
If you haven't watched it from Scar's perspective,
Whoa.
definitely do that.
I'm not sure if this is streamer luck or what. Okay. To clarify what I'm doing in the background while we talk, I am playing Diablo, and I'm doing a little gambling. And I just bought two coronet headpieces, and they both are perfect for my character.
Nice.
Nice. Which Diablo?
Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Ah.
Damn, if they didn't give me lightning resist, that would have been perfect. I need that 30 lightning resist because I'm in hell right now, which is the hardest difficulty, so my resistances are... You need to have high resistances if you want to live.
Alright.
Yeah, same way in Diablo 3, really.
Uh-huh. Oh, no,
Resistance
Diablo 3,
over, like, everything else.
Yeah, like, just a lot of people, especially with D3, going your stat gem across all your armor, they'll just go diamonds across it just to get that extra resistance.
Yep.
Especially if you're in the high torments. So. But back to Korean, that was funny.
Yeah. It's again, if you haven't watched Scar's Perspective, go watch it because it's not the same just seeing that moment from Green's perspective. You have to be experiencing it through Scar, who, mind you, didn't even realize that Green was his partner until Green did the whole dripstone demonstration thing.
Oh, so he wasn't bullshitting.
No.
Wow.
Green in his video even said that he asked Scar during the break if he knew who his partner was, and Scar was like, no, but it got real dicey for a moment.
Oh, God. I think this is going to be a really funny season. I don't know if it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be very frustrating for viewers who are rooting.
Yeah, maybe. I forget who Etho was paired with, but I do watch Etho on occasion. I've only watched Green, Impulse, and Scar for the first episode.
I've only checked out Graham's. But I will definitely check out Scar's perspective because I want to hear that in the distance. No.
So, in other news, just today, the old Pokemon Snap got put on Nintendo Switch Online.
I saw stuff about
really?
that.
Is it on the? It's on the one you have to pay extra for, isn't it?
Yeah.
That sucks. Smart though.
I'm on somebody else's family plan, so
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that. Make it easier. They just split the bill, which it's the $60, isn't it?
so the thing, I mean, I don't, because I think he pays less because he's in Brazil.
Oh, you're on Muddy's plan.
Yeah. So, yeah, just conversion rates and everything, it's just less expensive in Brazil.
Smart.
That's interesting. Usually Brazil has a crazy high amount.
That's really only the case with physical stuff.
Oh,
because
so cheap.
because Brazil has really weird tariff laws on things.
Mm-hmm.
To put it in perspective, I believe that the PlayStation 2 was only officially released in Brazil in 2012.
Oh wow.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, and it actually plays pretty well on the Switch, which is impressive because the game does not like emulators. I have tried to play the game on multiple emulators with multiple plugins. It is never emulated well for me. So it's nice being able to play it again.
Yeah,
I had it as a kid.
Really nice. Those kind of classic games should, especially with Nintendo, bring them back because people will buy them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did make a sequel to Pokemon Snap too.
Mm-hmm.
Which
And
I
it
do
looks
want to
like they're
play
using
sometime.
that graphic style for Scarlet and Violet. Or at least with the characters, I mean. God, I wish it was using that graphic style.
Yeah. But yeah, and I would say that the old Pokemon Snap actually still holds up.
Oh, you can't ruin a classic.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where the gameplay loop just works, you know?
Mm-hmm. It really is definitely one of those kind of games. It's just keep playing it without getting bored.
Yeah. I mean, I do wish there was more content in it, but I mean, you know.
Oh, well, never, I was about to say you never know. They might make DLC for it. Then I realized
I'm talking
it's
the old one. Yeah.
yeah, it's Pokemon. I mean, it's not just Pokemon. Wasn't it like Creature?
Hal and there's another company on the opening credits called Jack and Beans, which I know I've seen the label for other games, but I can't remember like if they're just a distributor or what. But yeah, it's HAL Laboratories.
Right. That's what I was thinking of. The ones who are with Kirby.
Yep. And also, I love the origin of the name of HAL Laboratories.
What is it? I don't know the story for that.
Each letter is one letter ahead of IBM.
Oh.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, like it's kind of cute, you know?
It is, yeah. Hell, you said, right?
HAL,
As
yeah.
in Hell 9000?
Yeah.
I just realized because I knew Hell was inspired with IBM and that, and I'm surprised it didn't click with me for the game company. And corpse explosion.
Interesting term.
A corpse explosion?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a spell.
That's a recurring thing in Diablo.
It's the necromancer's bread and butter. Especially if you're a summon necro, your skeletons are laying waste to everything, corpses all over the place. Snap your fingers and it's a goddamn minefield.
The Diablo series is good at just being satisfying like that.
It is. It really is. Like, that's why I think I love the D3 a lot, because it's so flashy and you get that endorphin rush.
Yep.
I mean, just everything exploding on screen. I understand that's what turns a lot of the D2 fan base off, but, like, there's just something about that flashiness.
Yeah. From what I've seen, what a lot of D2 fans don't like about 3 is like they feel like the vibe of the game was like watered down.
Oh yeah,
It's
it was.
not
It was made
as
a little cartoony.
dark as it used to be. It's like, okay.
Yeah, because Diablo is technically in the grim dark fantasy genre.
Yeah.
And D3 made it just fantasy.
Yeah.
Which I'm not against at all.
No.
I love D3 a lot. But since D2
I mean, you could
Resurrected
argue that the whole situation with Leia is pretty dark, all things considered.
Yeah, spoiler alert, she's Diablo's kid.
Yeah, and Diablo decides to possess her.
It's the perfect body. And not only that, he has all the rest of his brothers plus the other primevals all in one body, making the true primeval, which should have been a much harder boss fight than it was.
Well, I mean, that's just Diablo 3, right?
Everything's easy once you get to a certain point.
Yeah.
I just love how while you guys are talking about this, I just kind of like switched to Discord and I'm advertising my Flight Rising skins at someone in the Sardonic server.
I saw that on Twitter. They are really good.
Thank you. I just wish that more of my friends played Flight Rising, so I actually had like people to petition for funds to get the fucking skin blueprints. Because like I intend to, I'm gonna pull up the skins on screen while I do this. I intend to do a 10 copy run of these skins, and to do that, I need to like balance like net profit with how much the blueprints cost, with how many I'm actually getting, and
Right.
basically with the accents, which are the ones that cover less of the dragon. I need like, so typically accents sell at 500 gems per, and the 10 pack of blueprints is 2,500 gems. So ideally, selling at 500 means that you get a net profit of 250, which means that I am too tired for math right now. Basically, it means that I need to sell 5 slots for the run of 10 in order to pay for the blueprints, and then the rest is pure profit. With skins, that's a little bit more difficult because they cost, I think it's 5,000 for the 10 pack of blueprints, and typically skins sell for 800 to 850.
Okay.
So I would need to sell like, I think 7 to break even though 7 puts me above, but still I'm willing to front that cost because the accents are probably going to be more popular because you can actually see the dragon's wings.
Right. Well, they are really good, so I'm sure once more people like start seeing them, I'm sure those would go fast because they were really good.
They're not as good as a lot of other skins that are on the market, which is the main thing because it's still a fairly competitive market. But I think once I do start getting a run or two in, then people will take notice because there are players who just collect user-made accents.
That's cool.
And I also have more recolors planned because I have I'll get to that in a minute. I have 3 recolors of this skin, and all 3 of them have accent versions. And because of the naming scheme, I plan to make like a Moonlight inspired one and just call it Lux Lunaris or something.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. Basically, Lux means light. Hymalis means winter. So basically, the first one is winter light. Then it's solar light. Then it's starlight. And then Lunaris would be moonlight. A fun fact, Hymalis and Solaris are inspired by a Dragon Cave thing that I submitted that never got accepted, and I love the color scheme too much, so I'm gonna
definitely keep the color scheme.
Yeah, I'm finding. There we go. I'm not going to show that on camera because there is still the slim possibility that that would get accepted, and it's not supposed to be like public if I do that.
Oh, those are nice.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
They took so much effort.
I can imagine a lot of work went
They
into
do
those.
Look really cool.
Thank you.
I'm suddenly reminded of that time where I decided to sprite a dragon you drew.
I remember that.
I know I still have it somewhere.
Oh God.
That is an art style I would love to learn how to do. Spriting.
The Dragon Cave sprite style
easy.
is. Oh, spriting in general is easy. The Dragon Cave style might not be.
Oh, I mean, it depends on what part of spriting you like.
Yeah. With Dragon Cave style, the thing that I like to do is just flex my detailed shading, which isn't quite Dragon Cave style, but it's existent. A fun fact for Phoenix, the Cythera started as a Dragon Cave submission that Giga and I were doing. Let me
That's
find
awesome.
the adult sprites. You can tell that the design changed a little bit by the time that it hit Protochroma.
What the fuck was I doing in this sprite? I don't want to show it anymore.
Is it the Aurora Dragon, or is it the? Yeah, I have that too. And it's
I
kind
know
of just
what
shoved.
I was going for.
It's just shoved into a folder, so I don't have to look at it.
I know what I was going for with the weird shading. I was trying to make it all rainbowy, and it didn't really work. It's also on a white background.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for fun. This was probably 2010, 2011, somewhere
Yep.
in that vicinity.
Oh, I
think it looks good.
recolored my copy of it. Okay.
Huh?
I recolored the one that I had.
I think it looks good.
Okay, so you say that, but it's like, Nate, what year was this? 2011, no, not 2012. Something around 2011. Yeah, so, like, this is Nate's 2011 spriting experience over my 2011 drawing experience.
Yeah.
Neither of which were
both
good.
of us looking at it like for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, still better than I can do spriting.
The anatomy is fucking terrible, and that's my fault.
And I love how you can't even tell that I was trying to go for a rainbow thing with.
Yeah. Let me go find the one that I recolored.
How many sockets do I need for this?
My viewers can't see anything. They're just staring at a drawing of a wild claw that I did.
I found a good base for Enigma. No one will understand that but me or other people who play Diablo 2.
Yeah, I haven't played enough of Diablo 2 to know.
So one of the random regulars in the Saronic server just sent me 500 gems on Flight Rising to help fund the blueprints.
Nice.
I need 140 strength for that. 20 more strength. 4 levels.
Giga, if you have 500 gems, I can put you on the list for one of the accents.
And I'll just send you gems. You don't have to put me on the list.
Okay, but also I want to give people these skins because I'm proud of them.
While you're doing that, so for the next... okay, that was just a weird lag spike. Next bit of subject I would curious to cover. Oh, fuck. What Art Phoenix did this week, or Coup Watch?
Art Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, give me
I'm starting to get
second.
a little bit tired of the leaks.
Same, actually.
Yeah, now you know how I feel. Especially with these new recent ones, it's like if you don't know how to code or if you don't know how to do like code breaking, you're shit out of luck. I'm just sitting there waiting for people to figure it out. Like I could do code breaking to a certain extent, but not when it goes through Morse code to binary to a hexadecimal code.
So it's just
then to a Caesar
ARG
cipher.
shit. Okay.
It went full ARG.
Okay.
Discord. I picked up a new skill this past week.
Oh.
And I was instantly good at it.
Oh.
Ooh.
Voice context.
Imagine the code gets broken and you just get DQW4W9WGXCQ.
I'll just smile and nod at that one.
I'm not sure I get that reference.
Some people will immediately recognize that URL as the never gonna give you up
Okay.
Oh, good lord.
URL. Like, there are some people that can just spot that URL, just,
I thought that video got taken down.
I mean, uploaded 2009, so...
Where did I hear that the Rickroll video got taken down? Was that
probably a
just
Rickroll.
like a thing to trick people into Rickrolling themselves? I don't know.
Yes,
Maybe.
that was.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so I learned how to embroider.
Nice.
Ooh.
And I made a little pin out of my first attempt.
And I want to
nice.
learn how to make enamel pins and or get like a partnership with a company that does them so that I can just like get enamel pins and sell them. And I know that there are companies that you can basically commission for that kind of thing. But also like I just want cool little enamel pins. I collect them, so
See, I know enamel pins are outside my knowledge on how to make because I don't know how to do metal forging and metal pressing or whatever how they do it. But I kind of know how to make resin pins. That's about it. Yeah, so for the people not watching, or for the people... Actually, no, because you won't be able to see it anyways because it's on Discord. So, I made a Quaxley embroidery. I'm very, very proud of it.
Cute.
Thank you.
I like how my viewers are just staring at my side screen while I go do other things.
Oh, that's a lot of lightning. But I'm immune. So next week, we should have good subjects to talk about because of the direct that's coming up.
Oh,
supposedly. Yeah. And I guess it will have Pokemon information in it too, so there's that.
Nice.
Definitely, I know for a fact we're going to be getting the region name soon, thanks to them doing that stupid short countdown thing.
Count up.
Giga, I wasn't expecting 1,500.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I am throwing these into the vault until after the podcast so I can actually focus on what the fuck I'm doing. I've just been like selling half of my valuable shit on Flight Rising. Like, so every month, barring December for reasons, there's like an elemental festival where you can buy something called a spare inventory crate for about 80,000 treasure. And reselling those for gems gets you more than like 3 times as much gem equivalent than you spent buying the thing. So I just kind of had 20 of them in my vault, and I listed all of them, and most of them are gone.
Nice.
Wow.
So currently I have a bunch of festival currency, because that'll get picked up eventually. I have 4 spare inventory crates left, and I have some rare trading items. And hopefully most of these will sell, and I can fund my skins that I think not many people are actually that interested in right now. I've had
another thing.
Big
Steam Summer Sale.
Yes, I just saw that started today, and Titan Quest, you can get the whole thing with DLC for $25, so that's a $60-some-odd value for $25. Yeah, a lot of good games are on sale this year, or this summer.
Stona 4 Arena Megamix. Or Ultimax, sorry.
There are some games I'm shocked didn't go on sale, though. I'm kind of upset they didn't, because $20 for a World Box is a bit expensive.
Alright. By the way, really quickly, if you guys want to see all of the Flat Rising skins I've been making, they are in this thread.
Okey-dokey.
Luck Be a Landlord is on sale.
What was that?
Oh, a game called Luck Be a Landlord. It's a slot-based roguelike where you unlock the various symbols on the slots and they all have unique effects.
Ah. Okay then.
It's on sale for $5.60.
My brain heard landlord and made a very weird connection.
Yeah. It even has a dog you can pet.
Oh.
And capitalism.
Oh. That is the best thing right there. A dog you can pet makes any game better.
Yep.
If you can't pet the animals in a game, you're doing it wrong.
To the point where, like, as a partial meme, there are some like notable Pokemon in Psionics that you can pet or attempt to pet.
Yeah.
To the point where one of them is even in the changelog for the next version.
Oh boy.
Speaking of, just in general, we need to get 2.9 out at some point. I don't even know what's even left for that. What?
Oh, nothing. I was just mumbling to myself.
Okay.
Ew, tainted.
What?
It's a demon enemy called the Tainted. They're like demonic lizard gorilla things. They're just like they're like demon frogs. I think that's the best way to describe them. I mean, they're a pain in the ass to deal with, but I can resurrect them once I kill them, so I get a little nice army.
Nice. Also, I have more art to show off to you guys because, yeah, my viewers have seen these two already. I'm doing like Wild Claw stuff. Wild Claws being like my favorite breed on Flight Rising, and these are just two of my dragons.
I love how, regardless of which eye you look at, either of them makes sense for the face.
It's really good.
I mean, the small one is a little silly, but that's
modeled after these two.
Part of it. Ooh.
Ah, gross, Ratman. It's like they're throwing all my least favorite mobs at me today. Thank God they're not Stygian dolls. I have an interesting story that I can sort of share.
Oh.
Do you?
I was talking to someone this past week. Talking, if you understand that. I hope you get what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
Okay. And we were talking, I was talking with her. And she mentioned the subject of communism got brought up, right?
Yeah.
And I had my knee-jerk reaction to it. You think I kicked the puppy with the way she reacted. Needless to say, we're not talking anymore. And it's just like I just question myself. It's just, why do I meet all these a hot girl who seems genuinely interested, and then it turns out she's batshit insane.
Ah. Unfortunately, that's kind of the mainstream narrative right now.
Yeah, commie good, capitalism bad.
Never mind the fact that people who live in actual communist countries say commie bad.
Uh-huh. They're fleeing to this country because of communism.
Yep. But true communism hasn't been tried yet.
Oh god, if those people, you know what I want to do to the people who say that shit?
Is it YouTube friendly?
Not really. It involves slapping them in Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
I just, people. This is why I just want to live in the mountains by myself.
Yeah, I feel like that sometimes, but mostly just to escape from the whole commercialism thing.
I don't mind commercialism all that bad. I just don't like stupid people.
You know, commercialism, corporatocracy, that stuff. I'm so tired of it. Tired of being constantly advertised to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, today it was funny. My mom, this was funny as hell because it took a while to explain it to her. But we were looking up coin cases because we recently found my grandmother's coin collection, and there's some coins in there that should be in a museum and in a case. And we were looking up coin cases to buy. And a few moments later, we after we stopped looking, she was looking at her tablet and she was just getting nothing but advertisement for coin cases and collectible coins. And she got upset about it. She didn't understand why, and I had to slowly explain it to her that Google watches everything we do and listens to everything we say.
Yeah. It's scary.
Yeah.
It is.
It just reminds me of something else that's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we as a society can be so thoroughly just like enthralled by shit that AI does.
Oh, I know. Yep. I love those images too.
That, and also what used to be called Talk to Transformer, which is that whole like predictive text based off of a prompt thing. There's
Cleverbot.
AI Dungeon, which is basically just role playing with a robot. Cleverbot. Cleverbot used to be this gigantic thing.
Yeah.
I remember AI Dungeon because I used to have such fun playing that.
There's an AI Dungeon
by
too.
Yourself. There is.
Yep, it's not the best optimized, but it is really good at picking up from a prompt.
See that was like when you don't have someone to D&D with a lot, and you're just craving like a one shot. that worked so good for that.
Yep.
Then there was this a chatbot kind of thing, Replica.
Oh yeah, that's
That thing
pretty sure
freaked
that's
me
still a
out.
thing.
It is still a thing, but
Huh.
you have to pay for it now.
Mm.
Of course you do.
And it's not worth $99 a month.
What?
Well, if you
Wow.
want to have fun with it.
But yeah, also speaking of Cleverbot, do you remember that old Ben Drowned
Yep.
creepypasta?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the whole thing of Cleverbot being taken over by Ben?
Oh no, I was not aware of that one.
So there's a theory going around that Ben escaped onto the internet from the cartridge of that was Majora's Mask, yeah. And eventually Cleverbot just through, a whole bunch of people referencing Ben with it actually learned, caught
Oh
on
god.
and yeah,
Oh god.
it was
They
great.
turned it into it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the way they turned that one Microsoft AI chatbot girl into a Nazi.
Yeah.
This is why when you make an AI, you do not let them go on
Yeah.
the internet.
Yep.
Ben Drowned was such a great creepypasta.
I wasn't a fan of it. I felt a bit interesting to a point, then it got okay. Now you're just getting absurdly silly to the point where it makes it not believable.
I mean that's the part of it that I like it
Oh, you love when it goes absurd?
because it almost went like full ARG.
Good point. Yeah.
Like it became a sort of multimedia thing, and it was great.
That was early internet, back when the internet was the Wild West.
Yeah,
Damn, I missed that internet.
yeah. Actually, it does 2010 count as early internet?
Oh yeah, that was well, I
Okay,
wouldn't say early internet, but that was Wild West internet.
okay.
That was millennial internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, 20. I would say 2010 was still Wild West
Yeah.
because like you could go on random sites and see either shock, gore,
Mm-hmm.
or God knows what, all on the surface web.
Yeah, Stumble
Yeah.
Upon was still a thing.
People were still like throwing lemon party at each other.
What's Slumming Party?
Mm.
Okay. That's all just that one noise, and it's okay, I gotcha. Not talking about that shit then.
I don't think I ever saw it. That's probably a good thing.
Yeah,
Well, I've never
probably.
seen Goatsy, so I'm happy about that.
I don't think I've seen the original Goat Seed, but
I know enough. I know what it is, and that's enough.
yeah.
Like I thought it was some kind of I mean, yeah, I guess you can call it gory, but I thought it was like I've seen way worse on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But Jesus Christ, people.
Who wants to see Lux Lunaris?
I do.
I mean, of course I do.
On Discord.
Being Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. It's so pretty.
Ooh.
I feel like the Aurora might not stand out enough.
Hmm. I don't know.
And I need to make the what you call it? The accent version. What else is there to talk about?
Hmm.
That's
A friend is making a VTuber, well, new model debut.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
In a
VTuber
few
stuff
days.
fascinates me.
Yeah. I mean,
well,
she's not like a part of, any of the groups. She's not a part of like Hololive or anything like that. She's just
Hmm.
an independent VTuber, but yeah, and only
But
just
still, that's
getting
awesome.
started. Yeah, she's getting a new model and will be unveiling it on the 26th.
nice.
That entire like culture around VTubers is fascinating to me.
Yeah, I mean it's basically idols again.
Hmm. Exactly.
Uh,
Like that's why it like kind of fascinates me almost.
and
We do are living in a cycle with fads and stuff.
yeah, and what I find interesting about it is, to me, it's almost a return to form for the internet,
Hmm.
in the sense of going back to anonymity, right? Because,
Exactly.
the past, you know, mostly like the past since maybe 2016 or so, you've seen this, thing where content creators on the internet are, themselves for the
Right.
internet. And so this whole VTubing thing is going back to, the early internet days of having an online persona.
Yeah, like a character they
So
play.
yeah. So I find that interesting.
Yeah,
Back
there's
to the
some
days of
VTubers like.
avatars and
Hmm.
stuff.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of regret not revealing my face a bit, doing face cam. I was always told YouTube was always pushing you like, oh, if you don't show your face, you're not going to get as many views. I was like, okay, at 100, I'll do face, and I did, and made no difference. But yeah, there's like, I know there's one. I don't follow her per se, but she's in a lot of videos I watch that are like collaboration videos. I forget her name. Oh crap. Hollow? Or I don't remember her name. She's in a lot of the crew KYR Speedy videos.
Hmm.
It's like they played Minecraft for and an SMP. It's like I like her. She's cool because she. But like yeah, words.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest though, like I probably wouldn't be following this friend of mine if she wasn't a friend before she started VTubing. Thing is, I
VTubing
don't.
is weird for me because
Yeah.
one, live 2D gives me motion sickness, and
Hmm.
two, I just kind of have a negative association with VTubers.
Yeah, I know why.
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated to see where it keeps going, how it's going to evolve.
Yeah, I admit, like, it is a fascinating community.
Yeah.
There's like one YouTuber that I follow that does like VTubing stuff, and I don't follow him for that. I follow him for his music. And for those that want to know, it would be Retrospector.
And my friend that's a VTuber, her VTubing name is Makui B.
And what kind of content does she do?
She's mostly just been like lately she's been playing Vampire Survivors and Apex Legends, but just gaming stuff.
Uh, So I've noticed a lot of VTubers do ASMR as well. That's how I know more than I should about that.
I'm not into the whole ASMR thing.
I need it to sleep sometimes.
I have other things for that.
Huh?
Nothing.
No, dead serious. What did you say? I didn't hear
I said
you.
I have other things for that.
Melatonin?
No.
I don't know where this is going.
It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
That's why I said nothing.
Was it one of those things where you said that, then you're like, wait,
No.
what do I even mean by that?
No, it's one of those things where I expected someone to be confused, and then...
Yeah, I'll just link her Twitch. But yeah, generally speaking, I think that VTubing is probably healthier just than like face cams, you know? In the sense of keeping anonymity.
I'll agree with that.
Hey, you don't have to worry about people stalking you.
Oh,
never mind. Yeah, I know for a fact that's not true. At least you can't be... at least they don't know what you look like.
yeah,
Unless they're really good at stalking.
True. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure she picked up a simp within, like, a few days.
Oh, it doesn't take hard to pick up a simp.
Mm.
Ooh, banished.
Now I'm just, like, remembering that I have a miniature stalker, and, like... lately, like, I say lately as in there's been as if there's been anything in the last year, but, like, the stalking seems to have just, like, simmered down into this person follows, like, everywhere that I happen to be.
Well, that's first off, I shouldn't laugh because that's completely unhealthy. But
I'm
creepy.
more confused than anything.
How did that come to be?
For Affinity.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes things make a lot more sense.
I mean, as much sense as it does.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like hearing about a weirdly obsessive person, you know, just like, oh, for Affinity.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like none of us. We all just stop questioning. It's like,
Yeah, well, there's like a meme that goes around like just the furry community in general, especially those that are on Fur Affinity, where you know the now this is what I call music parody things.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that's just like untitled note DURP.
Yeah.
A note being for Affinity's messaging system.
Ah.
Hang on, I can probably just like find this.
I know a worryingly large amount of furry memes. Considering I'm not a furry.
I only know of the Warhammer memes that go along with furry memes. They're not pleasant memes. They're very brutal and horrible. But it Exterminatus always makes me giggle a little inside. It's especially funny that it's what are those memes? I think it's I forget the faction, the chapter of Space Marine that's doing it. The black and white ones. I don't remember if that's. I'd have to Google it. I'm not very up to date with the chapters' colorations. I just know Raven Guard's colors because that's the chapter I want to field an army for.
Okay, I can't find the meme.
Aw.
Fuck off.
Just as I was talking about it, I looked at a new tab in Firefox, and I haven't taken away the recommended by Pocket thing, just because sometimes I like to see what it recommends. And I see an article about how, uh, you know, well, the article name is "The Personal Brand is Dead." The subtitle: Gen Z would rather be anonymous online. Like,
Oh, maybe it's because
just
they don't want
talking
to
about
be.
that.
Yeah. Maybe it's because they've seen what happens when people aren't anonymous online.
Yeah.
You get canceled for saying boo.
Yeah.
Having a little anonymity goes a long way.
It does.
All right, what else can I recolor this accent to if it's not already run its course? I think it's already run its course because, like, I'm not even getting any bites for the first 3 that I made. But they're fun to make.
I can imagine. Like the Radiance you've done for Sardonyx.
Yeah.
I love them. Have you done any Radiance for the new Pokemon?
No, because
Okay.
I tend to wait until we have more to go off of.
Okay.
Hisui was an exception because, like,
Yeah, we know
it
all
was,
that.
yeah.
Because I'm very curious to see what you're going to do with like Tepig, Smoliv.
Tepig.
Yes, Tepig. I'm calling it Tepig now. The chunk.
Okay, then let's call
No, I
Smoliv
messed
Badoo.
up. I messed up. I messed up and tried to walk it off.
Okay.
Nice.
But, like, with Hisui, I kind of accidentally stumbled on at least 2 shiny colorations when making Radiance. So I'm just kind of waiting.
Was one Braviary?
Yes.
The
The other was Zorua.
Braviary Shinery was good.
Yeah, the other was Zorua.
Really? That's
Yep.
awesome. The Zora's Shiny was really good.
Yeah. I prefer my Radiant over its Shiny, but that's because I tend to go for more vivid colors.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Dariel. About to be some demon titty on my screen.
Ray.
Also, I'm gonna gush a little bit more about Flight Rising because, so, like, Flight Rising culture is such that people make pride flag dragons all the time, and I typically don't participate in that stuff for what I hope are obvious reasons. But the only, like, pride flag that I actively, like, enjoy the color scheme of and all that stuff is the Ace Pride flag, which makes sense for me. And I was just, like, posting in the forums earlier today, and there's, like, a subforum called Dragon Share, which has a bunch of little mini games in it where you can, like, pretend to steal a dragon from the person that posted before you, pointing out, like, the prettiest dragon in their lair, stuff like that. And the person whose lair I went to, they had a really good like potential Ace Pride dragon, and I just loved the color scheme so much that I kind of spent all my treasure on this.
Ooh.
Ah, so that's what the Ace flag is.
Yeah. Ace flag is black, gray, white, and purple.
And the aromantic flag is kind of the same thing, but inverted and green instead of purple.
Yeah.
So for Arrow Ace, they just make this really ugly
Yeah.
7-stripe flag. It's like, maybe simplify it down to 5.
Okay, we're talking about a community that shoved the rainbow flag into the trans flag, and for some reason, black people.
Yeah.
On Ukrainian now too, even though it's illegal to have gay marriage in Ukraine.
Oh,
and also
Lord.
the intersex flag.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I have learned to hate the combination of purple and yellow, which is a shame because I love purple with gold.
Purple and yellow is such a good color combination.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But I have learned to hate it just by association.
What does that represent?
Okay, so basically, if you took the Ace flag, removed the gray, and replaced it with yellow, you have the non-binary flag.
Ah, non-binary, that's what it represents.
And, like, again, the only flag that actually has aesthetics that I like is the Ace flag, which is both fitting and hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, no straight pride flag?
I mean, like, that's just black and white.
Straight pride's orange and black.
No, that's super straight.
Oh, right, super straight. Right.
Completely different thing.
Right, super straight pride.
Yeah.
And Dario.
And, like, black and orange is a great color scheme, but I'm not sure if it counts.
I don't know. I don't.
Because it was made as a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing with a lot of those pride flags, just that they go overboard with specific representation, that they forget that you can be more abstract with the representation.
Yeah.
So, like, they think, oh, you have to represent every single sexuality separately on the flag. Like, no.
Let's just bring back the rainbow flag.
Yeah.
Yes,
that was
I
nice and
agree.
simple.
I think that rainbows are gaudy, but at least it was simple.
Yeah.
And not stupid.
Yeah. And, plus, the idea of the rainbow flag is it's this symbol of rebellion against a quote unquote, drab, boring, heteronormative world. That's kind of the idea of it.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of, this drab black and white world? A rainbow.
And, like, I disagree with the sentiment, but that is what the sentiment is.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I'm not saying whether or not I agree or disagree, but
I know.
it's just...
I know, it's just like I was thinking about this earlier and thinking about how people hate heteronormativity, and I'm just thinking, but biology is heteronormative.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not going to finish that sentence, actually.
Not even going to start it, I see. We can save it for the after party.
But yeah, that's all going to say, though, that if I were to redesign the Arrow Ace flag, it would just be making it a 5 stripe flag.
Yeah, so is the arrow flag basically just the Ace flag, but replace the purple with green?
More or less, yeah.
Then just mirror the damn thing.
Upside down, but...
Just mirror it. It's like... Have the gray in the middle.
Just stacked the flags on top of each other. And so it just became this huge mess.
Have like the gray in the middle, and then going from there, you have white and then green on the bottom, and then going up, you have black and then purple.
Yeah.
That would make so much more sense.
Yeah.
I see Beast Boy.
Yeah. But
I did you say that? So do I.
I mean, green and purple. It's a.
I know, but it's the exact like the purple shoes, the green hair and green skin, the white clothes, the black belt.
Yeah. But yeah, so like with both the arrow and the asexual flags, the desaturated and gray stripes are meant to symbolize the spectrum of aromantic and asexual people. It's like you don't really need to represent it that specifically, Yeah. And for anyone getting on me for this, I also would think of the same thing of the American flag. I think that it is overly overly specific with its representation, that it could stand to be, more generalized.
Right.
So yeah, it's not just
My opinion.
Pride flags.
Yeah, my opinion. Just do
Yeah,
this.
something like that would work.
Just do this. Also, isn't there like 3 official lesbian flags now?
Yes. I don't know.
Last I knew, anyways.
All I know is that there's one with like an orange, purplish, and white stripe, and I think that there are like 2 more because they can't decide.
What is happening here?
I don't know.
There's a joke somewhere to be made in that.
And like, to be clear, I have nothing against the people. Like, my philosophy is you don't have to respect an ideology to respect a person.
Exactly.
Right.
But when you start getting cult-like, that's when you lose my respect.
Yep. But that's more wokeism than just LGBT, so.
We're living in dark times, my friends.
Yeah.
Dark and
Now I
stupid
feel
times.
like talking about flags.
Oh, I love learning the reasoning for flags.
Vexillology time.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Because, like, I should also mention that it may sound like I have a problem with complicated flags, but no, I don't. It's just when representation, specific representation gets in the way of good design. Like, there's a flag that is very complicated that I otherwise think is actually a very cool looking flag, and that's the flag of Maryland.
Here's
the flag of Maryland is so complicated, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
As in the state?
Yes.
I never
that is the
seen
Maryland
that
state
That's
flag.
Awesome. I've never seen Maryland's flag before.
What is your opinion on flags that just shove the UK flag into the corner?
Okay, I mean, there's historical reasons
I know,
for that.
but like that doesn't make it a good flag design.
No. I mean, that said,
like
I do love the UK flag itself. It's a really cool thing, but but yeah, the UK flag canton is just I mean, I get it, but yeah, it should probably be dropped by most places that have it.
Yeah.
Attachment issues. Don't want to forget who owned them.
Yeah, I also don't like the U.S. state flag pattern of state seal on blue background.
New York.
more than half of them are like that.
Okay, but California. It's just a fucking bear.
Yeah, I know, but like, that
works. That's good.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that it's a bad flag. I'm just saying you have all of these like complicated patterns or stripes or just symbols on a plain background, and then you have California, which is just a fucking bear.
Yeah. Yeah, here's an example of the,
oh my,
state. Why can't I used the word earlier? God damn it! But it's just the state's emblem on a blue background. It's like, come on.
I forgot how much I liked Arizona's.
Yes.
That is a lot of blue.
Also,
Wow.
even though Oregon's falls into that category, it has something special in that it has a reverse side that is different from the obverse. Which is not completely unheard of in flag design, but it's not super common either.
There's a lot of just general red, white, and blue in the like south, like eastern portion.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that has something to do with the Confederacy.
Yes.
Okay. Is it
good old
bad?
boys?
Is it bad that I like the aesthetic of the Confederate flag?
No.
Okay.
Not really. It's just bars and stars.
I know, but it's like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, technically, it's not even the flag of the Confederacy. It's
The
their
flag
battle flag.
Yeah, the flag that people call the Confederate flag.
Yeah, I know.
You wouldn't believe how much I see that up here in New York State.
Oh, I believe it.
Can't even like
rednecks here.
Well, you're a red state, I think.
Well, let's actually go to
New York, a red state,
isn't it?
Oh.
Or is it that you're in like a red part of a blue state?
Oh, let's just rephrase it. Is New York a red state? Yes, but New York City, Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, and Albany control the entire vote, turning us blue.
Okay, so basically it's a red state controlled by blue cities.
Yes, and we hate it.
Okay.
Even on Google Images, I cannot get like the actual Confederate flag. That's funny.
Google probably scrubbed that off the internet.
Well, no, I mean you can get the battle flag and other Confederate flags that were made, but like not, the one that's the actual flag.
Recently I saw the old 13-star version of the U.S. flag in a show that I was watching, and I don't know why, but I was surprised to see it there.
Really?
Yeah. I don't really have a good reason for why I was surprised. I think, like, somewhere along the way, like, my understanding of the flags got a little muddled, and for some reason, my brain was thinking in the background, oh, the old 13-star flag is seen as a racist symbol now. And I don't... Is it?
Yep. Anything to do with colonialism seen as racist.
I don't know where I heard that. I don't know where I heard that, though, because it's not the same thing as a Confederate flag.
No. Well, remember, these are the same people who pulled down statues of Lincoln and called him racist.
Fair.
So that explains their idiocracy.
Yeah. Thinking about that, like, also, people argue that, like, the South was racist because they started war because they wanted slaves, and I'm just thinking, no, the Civil War was fought over the right to secede.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but if you say that, you're racist and Nazi. It's the world we live in now. Mm-hmm.
I'll just say the same thing and be racist against myself.
I think people forget. I think people forget the North also had slaves.
I think people forget the South was Democrat and the North was Republican.
Yeah.
Oh, but they changed afterwards. No, they didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, like, guys, if you're going to make arguments, learn your history.
Exactly.
What are these things called history books?
I don't know. They're burning them here in New York State. Like, this is a true story. What I'm about to tell you. My next door neighbor, he's in high school, right?
Yeah.
They can't. But the New York State canceled the history Regents test, which is our big. It's a big test. If you fail it, you basically fail the class. They canceled it because it was racist because it brought up slavery.
What?
I shit you not.
Okay.
And as someone who continues to say where history repeats itself, erasing parts of history is bad.
Homeschool your kids, folks.
Yes, I 100% agree. Do not.
If you do, though, please actually teach them things and not the typical
like,
homeschooler
actually
experience.
Homeschool them. Actually,
if you can afford private school, send them to private school. If you can't, homeschool them.
It depends on the private school.
Yeah, I went to a private school and I turned out fine.
Oh, yeah, but, like, you are one person. But, yeah, like, homeschool your kids, but also actually homeschool them.
Yeah.
Don't
it's
trust...
funny, sometimes I see, like, things on, like, insane people Facebook, on Reddit. And, of, like, homeschooling parents that are like, my child is 9 and he just learned the ABCs.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, honey.
I knew that before kindergarten.
But don't trust other people to teach your children right from wrong.
Oh.
What?
I got an interesting, unique ring. I was hoping it was Jordan Stone so I could sub an Uber Diablo, but Nature's Peace is actually a really good ring.
All right. Also, fun fact with flags. During the American Revolution, when the flag was first described, there was no standardization, and so a lot of people had to just kind of go off other people's descriptions of the flag. So you get some really silly things that happened during the American Revolution.
Yeah, there was a lot of different flags because of that.
Like the Guilford Courthouse flag, which is not going to preview because it's an SVG. Good to know. Can I just edit it and do this? There we go.
Okay, I see. I can't zoom out because it's an SVG.
Yep.
I
kind of like the look of that.
Yeah. The stars are a little complicated, but yeah, I don't like octograms.
It's not bad. It's like, I'm not going to ever knock Old Glory. It's a beautiful flag. That's a nice looking flag.
Yeah. You also have... I'm going to need to link the article for this one too. The Serapis flag.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's another good one.
The American Revolution was just kind of a chaotic time for the American flag.
Okay, but unironically, that looks better than the actual flag.
Yeah, that does look better than Old Glory.
I just don't like how many stripes there are, honestly.
Fair. But like, if they... I don't know, I really like that.
It is aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Maybe if, like, in the top section, they moved the second red stripe down so that it was just, like, 2 red stripes and 1 big white stripe, it would look better.
But I don't know. I'm enjoying this history lesson we are having in this episode.
I really like that.
Like I knew we had a variety of different flags during the Revolution because of not knowing, but I've never really gotten to see them before. So this is neat. And people watching, go check this shit out. Go Google this. This is worth learning.
Yeah.
I didn't learn any of this in school.
Yep. There's a city in Pennsylvania that still uses a variation of the American flag as its city flag.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's the reverse.
I have questions. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, if you mirror that, I think it would work.
I mean, it's one of those things. In vexillological terms, you kind of have to have the canton there because, yeah.
I mean, I like the way they have the stars on that one.
But yeah, and a lot of this goes from the fact that the American flag was originally described as the flag of the 13 United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation. And that's the entire description.
Okay.
There's a beauty to that description, though. Like, there's something. I guess it's because it's America, and I can be somewhat patriotic sometimes.
I have a question.
Okay.
How did that description lead to the courthouse flag?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a damn good question.
That really is. That might have just been. Let's see here. Edward, who is 81 years old. There's no.
Because I feel like the chain of events here was that someone made that description, then the Pennsylvania flag version happened, and then someone was like, no, the stars are supposed to go into the top left, and the stripes are in the rest of the thing. And then someone overheard that and played telephone with whoever designed the courthouse flag.
Yeah, so
you idiot! The stripes aren't supposed to be blue. Oops.
Nobody really knows the story behind the Guilford Courthouse flag. I'm looking at the history thing, and it's like there's a local legend of it being used in a battle. And that's questionable.
Wait a minute, let's... Yeah. Yeah, I unironically like the Serapis flag.
Yeah. But yeah, I just love how chaotic a time the Revolutionary War was for American flags.
Yeah.
It's almost as if there are two wars going on.
The War of the Flag and the war against the British.
Yeah. This is just reminding me that I need to actually do research into vexillology for the purposes of designing roleplay flags.
Yeah. I mean, with vexillology, a lot of the rules can be broken if you have a good design.
Yeah. There's a flag that I made for one of my worlds, which already is that's not how flags work, but where is it?
The Maryland flag breaks so many rules, but it looks cool, so you know.
The Maryland flag looks more like heraldry than vexillology.
Yeah, so part of it is, it does come from heraldry. They're specifically to family flags. Let me just look up
I made this once, and this is not how flags work.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, but it looks good.
Thank you. I also drew this in like
Gradients
2016.
don't really.
I know.
Yeah.
I drew it in like 2015. Oh, yeah, 2015. Wow.
Nice. Yeah, so basically there was the family of Baltimore and the family of Crossland. The Baltimore families is the yellow and black lozenges, and of course the Crossland banner has the cross on it.
Right.
And yeah, they were just two of the founders of Maryland, and there you go. Put those flags together. And also part of the reason I love Maryland state flag is just I love how the crosses are countercolored because I love countercoloring.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a cool thing for flags.
Yeah.
I always gotta give respect to the artists who design flags because flags are hard to come up with.
Yeah.
Like, I know this doesn't really count, but the Minecraft series I've been doing, for months I've been trying to find a good symbol able to make in the game for what would be the flag of my little village I made. And it took forever to finally come up with a design I liked. And one that doesn't look gaudy.
I am better at logo design.
And that too.
That's kind of the same thing, same principle.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the a lot of the same principles do apply to both.
Yeah.
I mean with flags though, you also get things like the rule of tincture, which is a fun rule.
Yep. It's
Rule
like
of tincture basically says that some colors are considered colors and some colors are considered metals. And you cannot have a metal next to a metal or a color next to a color.
What colors are considered metals? I'm very curious.
White and yellow.
Oh, that was not the colors I was expecting.
I mean, because they basically align to silver and gold.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you can't have white next to yellow, and like black doesn't count as either a color or metal, so it can be put in between colors.
And I think the reason for this is because of some sort of like printing thing.
I mean, I think it just comes from like when you see the flag at a distance, it's harder to distinguish things.
Isn't like one of the big rules no words on a flag?
That's not a hard and fast rule. That's it's a good rule of thumb, but you can get away with having words on a flag if
Yeah.
Just like how there are a lot of flags that get away with breaking the rule of tincture.
Yep. Rules are meant to be taken as a guideline and then tossed aside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is true. Like I always try when I'm drawing, like making up Pokemon or something, I always try to stick to the rule of 3 with the colors. Because actual Pokemon kind of sticks to a rule of 3.
Mm.
I break it all the time.
It depends on the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Like I don't keep the rule, especially if I'm doing eyes. Eyes, if you're doing rule of 3, you cannot include eyes. Eyes are a separate entity on their own.
Yeah. It's like it really depends on the actual Pokemon's design. It depends on what the Pokemon is meant to be. It depends on how evolved it is. Like generally, a basic starter won't have more than 2, maybe 3 main colors, but its final evolved form might have as many as 6.
Very true. Found Ramadan. Adamant.
I have a drinking problem. I can't swallow correctly.
Ah.
Oh my god, you okay?
I mean, I was joking.
Oh.
I was making an airplane reference.
Oh. It's been a long time since I saw that.
Yeah, there's a joke where basic character, isn't drinking correctly, and the joke is he has a drinking problem.
Oh, there's a lot of scary things in there.
Yeah, so I just rewatched the scene, and it's just him dumping the glass of whatever on his forehead.
Wow.
He has a drinking problem. I need to actually watch Airplane at some point.
It's good. It's like it's a product at a time for that kind of comedy, but it holds up.
I just love that kind of comedy.
The spoof comedy?
Yeah, and Monty Python did it a lot too, where they very much just presented something, then just immediately lampshaded it,
Yes.
Like this drinking problem joke. That seems like a Monty Python joke.
Yeah.
Monty Python were kings of comedy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the most part, some of their skits just don't
It's
work.
British humor.
Yeah.
It is true and true to British humor.
It is. Yeah, but a lot of their skits are really funny, but then there's some that I'd watch and I'm just like, huh?
I know one thing: a lot of their old comedy would never fly today, ever.
Alright, so given that it's a low energy day, do we want to end off early?
Sounds good to me if you want to.
Alright, so I guess this has been a short episode.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, hour and a half, but
it's short.
I am sure next episode will be high energy because we will have news to talk about. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I hope. Fingers crossed. So yeah, if you enjoyed this nice, not as long episode of the Foxfire Podcast, please leave a like and share it around. It helps us all grow as a channel, and we do appreciate it. Anyone else want to plug anything before I finish wrapping it up?
Look me up on Flight Rising.
Check
all
out
good
Mako
links.
EP on Twitch.
All the good links are down in the descriptions below, so be sure to follow them. And I guess with all that said, this has been Black Phoenix with
people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ragnarok.
With everybody here. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.